Hey, and welcome to this video. So I want to prepare you for, setting up your sales process of your products, your music, or for your services in 2025, because I've recently seen quite a few people changing their strategies over from, the big mistake that we are all doing when we are musicians selling our products slash services. So when I say products, it means music also. And I just want to show you something that makes a little bit more sense. That is also kind of like a better way to just, handle everything. So let me get straight into this, and it all will make more sense the more we talk about this. So you may be a music composer and you want to sell your music, right? So it could also be that you are a musician and you are, for example, selling, you're a guitar player and you're selling a course. It could also be that you are an orchestrator and you want to build a program, how to, help people to do, decent orchestrations, or helping them with their orchestral arrangements. It could also be that you are a vocalist and you want to simply give lessons, right? So all in all, these are all, let's say, products or services that you're offering. And then almost all of us do the same big mistake, because we go directly and straight to the sales process. And the thing is, if you want to sell your music, you tell, and the sales process could be Spotify, the sales process could be Apple Music, Amazon Music, or whatever is out there, YouTube videos, looking forward to the monetization, all of these things, right? So you basically want to sell your music as quickly as possible. So what happens? You just jump, for example, on Facebook and say, hey, this is my new album as a music composer, right? Or maybe you are a band or an artist, right? Also selling your music. So you jump on Facebook, all these kind of platforms say, hey, this is our new album, buy it here, right? So always jump straight to the sales point. And then you should always ask yourself, why should that interested person, that visitor, or the person that you're writing to, that sees your posts, why should this person buy your music or your course or your program or your lessons or whatever, right? And we all know, you probably know this by yourself. Maybe you see like a sample library developer advertising a new product, and maybe the developer is always like a big company, no-brainer products, and you see this new announcement, and then you say like, wow, I need this. Right, but most of the time you're probably saying like, oh, I already have a string library, or do I need more percussion libraries, or whatever that is, right? Or a plugin, a compressor, equalizer, whatever that is, right? So, but you don't have this, fan base of 500,000 or 1 million followers or subscribers, where you can simply throw out an album and say like, hey, buy it here for $9.99, and then you have like 1,000 people buying it, and then you made like 10 grand already with your music. So the thing is, like, it's kind of wrong, and this is, very much known, in the business world, that it doesn't make sense, or in the marketing and self-promotion world, that it doesn't make sense to just simply jump straight away right into the sales process. So what we want to do, and as I said before, there is a big trend in something very specific that I want to talk about in a minute. And this is also like big people getting into, like big influencers, big marketing guys, big course providers, or whatever, jumping into this one strategy. And the previous way was, kind of like, even if they did this perfectly and it worked, that they had kind of like a funnel set up. Of course, it doesn't work so much with music, because people jumped straight away into the sales process. But the sales process could also be like not jumping directly on a platform like Spotify, for example, but also setting up a landing page, coming up with the offer, explaining people what they get into, getting on an email list, sending out several emails and all that stuff, right? But this again leads always to the sales process. I'm not saying, this doesn't completely work anymore. Of course it can, but there is a, let's say, better way on how to get this done in a little bit of a, improvised way. And this would be that you just offer something for free, like a lead magnet. That was also part of a sales process, like landing page. Hey, you can download my free stuff here. Just sign up for my email and all that stuff. But why not changing this entirely to something new? That would be a community. And I mean, this is not new. We all need a community, right? No matter, again, if you are a music composer, you're selling your music, you need a fan base, you need a community. If you are a musician and you're selling a course, you need a community. If you're an orchestrator and you have a program about how to decently orchestrate and arrange your music, you need a community. So you get it. If you want to do vocal sessions or lessons, also private lessons or whatever, you need a community, right? Of course, it's always a good way of having people in your studio or visiting studios, in the old analog way, meeting someone face to face. It's always a great thing, but it's not really scalable in that sense, right? So you just need a community. And then if you are an artist, a band, and you want to sell your music, you always need a fan base / community. Let's maybe do this like this. It depends a little bit. You have to, kind of like whatever you want to do. Of course, if you're a band, you're speaking more of a fan base, but community fan base is kind of like the same thing, right? So now there's a way that combines all of that stuff. So you give people some platform that is basically this community platform. And this would be, for example, a platform like Skool. And I will show you around in my community right now in a moment, but quickly want to talk about this. So if you invite people to a free community, right? No matter if it's about your music or about your course or about your program, you can invite them into a free community like Skool. And then you can have, for example, a classroom where you can have some free courses or some, let's go through this list here. So I mentioned this for courses. You can have like little free courses here. Basically, that would be a lead magnet for that. You could also have a taste of what your program is like on Skool, right? On this platform. You can also have a free lesson that people could watch, like a little video course or something, like 3 to 4 or 5 little warm-up sessions, whatever that is, right? Could also be that you're a guitar player and you're giving guitar lessons. You can provide people with a free course, for example. It's getting very interesting when you're a music composer. There may be people interested in not just listening to your music, but there may be people interested in how you wrote the music, how you did this, what was your idea. Also, what is the artwork, right? You can combine or kind of like, improve the package that you're offering and not just offer music, but also offer artwork. You offer like in-depth videos. You offer maybe the MIDI files or the arrangement, whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. I'm just giving you examples of all the stuff that you can do. For example, if you are an an artist or a band, right? And you produce your music in a studio, you can do like, in-depth videos behind the scenes or whatever, recording days of the drummer, recording sessions during the mixing, the mastering process, interviewing, or maybe you're recording this by yourself, or maybe you have an engineer. You can, kind of like set little interviews, like not just thinking about how to sell your music itself, but presenting an entire package. And then, of course, it's up to you if you set up a free Skool community, or if you, for example, thinking about you're an orchestrator, you want to offer a program, or a musician, and you want to offer a course like a guitar player or piano person, you can also get into a paid membership. So there are a lot of options that Skool offers you, and I just wanted to show you around how my community looks like. So you can already see, the thing is, like, I started this community in June. So we have November. So it's roughly 6 months that I was building my community up to like 1,200 members. These are people that are already in my community. And, we have like interesting stuff that we're talking about. And then I can also offer a classroom where I, for example, have, free trailer music training, free game music training, free business advice, like a success amplifier. I named something on free get work challenge and all that stuff. And then if people are more interested in what I have to offer, what I want to do, I'm jumping back again, I can then get them into, for example, a paid program. And so basically we're just going into the sales process again here, but it makes a little bit more sense because we are providing so much free value and making our product, even though if you just want to sell music, it's way cooler to read, instead of reading a post on Facebook, check out my new album. It's way cooler to invite people into a community that is your place, right? That is just about you. We are not talking about getting into egocentric people or something like this, but everything what this community offers is based on you, of course about others, but it's completely up how you design, how you set up this platform, right? And then you can, if somebody's interested to join a free Skool community, you can then get them into a paid program, or they just be part of your community, but then sooner or later they see something, wow, I like this process so much of that band showing the process of how they recorded their album. Maybe I'm just jumping into this and get it, and then there is still a link there where people can get your album, but you're just avoiding to ask people, can I have your money, please? Right? And this is the big difference. You're just building a fan base and a community on this platform, on Skool, and then you can sell your stuff because it is your personal social network, right? And this is basically the key point that I want to talk about, not the P point. But exactly, this is the thing. If you just promote your music on Facebook, you show it to random people, you show it to people that may like you, that may be interested in what you do, but you just show it to everyone. And then there is still the problem, of the algorithm. So if we just social profiles, you have like the algorithm, then of course you have like, let's call it competition. I don't like to see other composers as competition. It's all a big family, but in the sense, if you have like, 500 people on your platform, ironically, which you're also connected to, so why should other composers buy your music, right? So you have the competition here, you have the algorithm that you have to kind of like fight against. I see that very often that people say like, oh, the algorithm doesn't like me. This is complete. It's not true, right? You just have to know how to serve the algorithm. But I don't want to talk too much about this. You have all these disadvantages here, but with a community that is entirely about you or your band or your product, your music, your course, your program, your lessons, whatever it is, right? It is focused about you. And if you just entertain people on this platform, you infotain people, you provide information, you basically keep them engaged and interested in your personal place, basically, right? That is all about you. Then it is way easier to have or to convert somebody who is already interested, who signed up for free in your community, and then get them into your, what it is, your music, your course, your program, your lessons, and maybe you have another idea that you want to offer. And this is basically jumping back to Skool here for a second, a cool thing, because you have the community tab over here. You can, engage with people. People can engage with themselves. It's like a big community that will happening. I see that, completely awesome here on my community. I was completely surprised because it's completely non-toxic. There is no bullying happening, no negative stuff that people rant completely about something, because there is kind of like a leaderboard or a reward system going on. If you write a meaningful post on this platform, people get likes, and then they get points, and then they increase in the leaderboard. And it depends on you if you want to make something out of this leaderboard or not, but it's just a helpful feature that avoids spam and that avoids toxicity. And we all would like to have a platform that is free of this toxicity, right? And where people basically come along and it is all basically, I can't say it any different. It's like a big family. And then again, you have the classroom over here where you can hop over and have free stuff available. But then again, you can see that right now because I'm logged in with my administration account. But if you would visit this place and you're not member of, for example, my trailer music course, you could unlock this course by paying and then unlocking this course directly from the platform. And then over here, you have a calendar. Let me just jump to my Audio Artist Rise program. You have a calendar over here, and then you can see, for example, all the calls that you're offering during the week. And if then somebody jumps in there, they seeing the link if they have access. You can all limit this stuff. And you can completely tailor it towards what you want to offer and what you want to do, right? And this is basically why I think Skool is the perfect platform to build a community. And imagine you're just dedicating a little bit of time, you know, to just build a platform, and every day there is like one person joining your network. You have 30 people at the end of the month. I mean, you know, it's pretty much self-explanatory, but let's do, if just one person joins, you know, after a month you have 30 people. After a full year, you have round about 300, you know, just roughly like 360 people to be precise, you know, plus minus a few, of course, right? And then after like 5 years, you know, and then stuff spreads around saying like, hey, you know, that person has like an absolutely amazing community. So I just want to jump in. So the numbers grow, right? I mean, as I said before, you know, of course, I'm offering a few courses. I have an email list and stuff, but I was able to just scale this up in like 6 months to like 1,200 people. And I think this is the way to go, because people are kind of like fed up with emails. They are fed up with these funnels, you know, or of course, landing pages make sense when you just want to provide as much information as possible, but in the sense they know, oh yeah, this guy just trying to sell me something. So why not focusing this all on a fan base or a community? I prefer community. And then, you know, at some point there are like 5 or 10,000 people in there. Where do you think, if you're just a music composer and you sell your music and you, you know, let your Skool community, maybe of like 10,000 members, know, hey, I have a new album. I can promise you that the number of people buying your music or getting your product, or what, maybe you have a bigger bundle with artwork, with making of videos or whatever, you know, probably more people buying your product than if you just head out on social profiles and basically say like, hey, you know, check out my new album, you can get it here, or getting, you know, happy with a few cents that you have on Spotify. I mean, again, there is nothing wrong directly with jumping into this, but you need a big community of 100,000, 500,000 or 1 million followers, you know, like very cool playlists. But then again, what happens if this, you know, so there are all kinds of things that could happen. But if you have a community that is just basically focusing about what you or your bandmates or what you're doing in general, then it is more likely to get you know, sales, and also, you know, being prepared basically for 2025 and having kind of like a new opportunities, because as I said before, you know, it's never a good idea to just you know, get people on directly on, you know, selling your album. And probably the better way to just set up a community and then seeing your members increasing, and then, you know, being a little bit more successful in 2025 than the years before. Okay, so that's it. Basically, if you have questions, let me know. I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching, and have a great day.